cut that. Science is absolutely essential in discovering what our purpose is in this universe and why we're here and what else might be out there. And science is essential in my views of the world. So just thinking, when I think about astronomy, it always kind of makes me just happy to think about. I think it's a really interesting subject. There's so much to learn, so much out there. And I think about that a lot. Like every time I go outside, I'm at some point going to be looking up, see where the sun is in the sky, see where the stars are, what planets are visible. I'm always looking up. I have apps on my phone that can help me figure out what star is that and what planet is that, and the projected motion of the orbit. Looking up is something that I do all the time. It's just looking up, getting a idea of how small we are, how far away these little dots in our sky are. I feel like I have a really good idea of how far that is away just with what I've learned in science classes so far. But so when after the bars or after a long night out, this past summer I would go to this part of my front yard where there's a perfect viewing between two trees of Jupiter. And I would look at that every single night if I could. Just go out to the same spot and look up and just think about how far away that is, how small I am in comparison, how small we all are in comparison to what is out there. Very humbling. And even I can see I literally saw science in one of my trips on shrooms. I looked up in the sky and I saw the periodic table. Not everything exact, but I saw periodic table, I saw microscopes, I saw old maps, longitude, latitude signs, just very scientific when I looked up in the sky. It wasn't that much when I looked around me, but whenever I looked up, I was seeing triangles, seeing math, seeing science. It's an awesome experience. Didn't expect that it would affect me even in that part of my life. So looking up is something that science has kind of, taught me to do, or influenced me, inspired me to do. So when I think about the world, I don't just think about Earth. I think about everything that goes on into it. Not just the couple billion people that are living here. I think about the trillions of people that could be living elsewhere and other planets, and how Earth is special, but it might not be that special. There could be a lot of other things going on in the universe, and that's something that I think is that I think about the most, is how much is out there. And that's what keeps me continuing to learn, because we don't know what's out there, but we know it's a lot. And so when I think of the world and my worldview, I really don't like to limit it to the Earth. I like to expand it to everything, to Mars, to Jupiter, to exoplanets, to different galaxies. And so I try to just have a bigger universe type view instead of a world view. And so I think that's a really interesting way to view it, which, like I said, can make you feel really insignificant, and can kind of, it's not depressing, but it's definitely it's a tough thing to swallow, that there's a lot out there and we are just a little pale blue dot in the entire scheme of the universe.